You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 8th meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Call the meeting of the Water Board to order. Today is Tuesday, August 8th. Approval of minutes from the executive session. Approval of record of the executive session.
I'll make a motion to approval of record of executive session held July 25th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second, do we approve the record of the executive session held July 25th? Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of minutes from the meeting of July 25th.
I can make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held July 25th, 2023.
Second.
Motion second, we approve the minutes from the meeting of July 25th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of purchase orders.
You have a list before you of 8 purchase orders. The first is to Midwest Meter. These are transponders for stock. This is the part of our meter that tells us how much water is actually used. That's for $15,421.68. The next is to Ferguson, valve box risers, pit pipes, and bends for stock for $7,428.84. The third is to Driveco. This is CDL School for Dalton Hoskins. So this is a new employee we hired to fill one of our open positions for $4,550. The next item is to LAP Waste. This is a dumpster for Old Basin sludge equipment for $700. Next is number 5, Ferguson, valve box risers, pit pipe and bends for stock for $7,428.84. The next item is to Uline, plastic seminar tables and chairs. This is a confirming for $1,488. We only had a few tables, so we need to get some more. The next item is to Frakes, SCADA work done on 7/30/23, confirming for $600. And then the next item is to Utility Supply. This is material for the Loves Road main extension. There's a small road. We had already agreed to split the cost with Loves, and they finally paid us. And so we're ordering material to get that project going. That's for $58,143.63. And that's all the purchase orders.
Make a motion to accept the list of purchase orders dated 8/8/2023.
I'll second it.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Are these 2 orders for Ferguson, or are they separate?
They should be. Let me double check that.
Yes, same price. Same amount.
It might just be
2 and 5.
so long. Yeah, there's just one. I apologize. That is a typo.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that's a typo.
So the amount would be minus one of those, the
Yeah, so we can strike,
7,428.84.
strike number 5.
Okay.
Now we can amend that motion for that.
Well, we'll approve the purchase orders as. Okay, there's a motion and a second that we approve the purchase orders with the deletion of the second Ferguson order. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Claims.
Motion to approve the list of claims dated August 8th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second, we approve the claims dated August 2nd. I'm sorry, August 8th, 2023. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bad debt list.
Make a motion to approve the bad debt list dated August 8th, 2023 for bookkeeping purposes only.
I'll second that.
Motion second, we approve the bad debt list as of August 8th for bookkeeping purposes only. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of quote for water main replacement on 11th in the central residential tower. The 11th
Yes.
central residential tower.
This is the new apartment building that's going half of the property that used to house the South Shore Station. These are the apartments on the west end of that block. Basically, what we're looking at is they need to have a 12-inch fire service for the building, and they needed to put that service on off of Franklin Street, the room for that. Just had to do with how the architects designed the building. So in order to get that 12-inch line down there, we're looking at having to tie off to the 16-inch main that's on 10th Street. In looking it over, the 6-inch main that currently runs down Franklin between 10th and 11th, the portion that did not get replaced under the double track project is over 100 years old. It doesn't make sense to leave that old water main in there to break. So in talking with the folks involved in the development of that project, so why don't we work together and split the cost on running a 12-inch main down to the point where it would tie into the main that was replaced under the railroad. And then their service will branch off. They have to pay entirely for their service branch off, like any other customer would. But we would split the cost of running this main. This also will allow us to tie in, if you look up at 10th and Franklin, we're going to interconnect several mains. These mains, when you look at the picture, they don't tie into that 16. Right now, they all go over it or under it. So this will tie all of this together. And then our long-term plan also includes eliminating the duplicate main on 10th Street. We'll tie the houses over to the 16-inch and get rid of that old 6-inch that's on there. It's not needed. It's just asking to start breaking on us. So we'll just get rid of it. Because then also down the line, the parking garage that's at the other end of this block, there will be a fire service for that building, and that'll be tapped off of that 16, and it'll cross that 6-inch also. So we'll just get rid of that 6-inch will have to be cut out of the way then. And so that's the long-term plan on that. So basically, the total estimated cost for the project is $154,464. So I'd like to quote to the developer, which is Flaherty and Collins, the cost of $77,232. And then I'll be sending them a quote that's completely separate for their service line, like we always do. Service line quotes never go through the board. So
Have they shown that they're favorable to this, or have you had
Yeah.
a discussion?
yeah, they've actually their engineers have already drawn it up and have written up the notice of intent for IDEM. So they're on board.
Okay, good.
So, yes.
I had a question back at the beginning, the approval of the quote for water main replacement for, what's the 11th Central Residential 11th Street Central Residential Tower.
That's, as far as I understand, that's the official name for the apartment building, 11th Central Residential Tower.
Oh, well, like, what's that? Where is that?
That's gonna be,
It's not there yet.
it's not there yet,
Yes.
no, it's gonna be built there.
Yes.
That's what goes on that
Yeah,
end of that block.
yes,
And
I
then the
got it.
other half of that block is the parking garage for the railroad.
yes. Yep, okay, got that.
Okay.
So you need an approval on this?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the quote for the water main replacement for the 11th Street Central Residential Tower.
Second.
Motion second that we approve the request for a main replacement to service the 11th Street Central Residential Tower. And is this cost set $77,000? Is this cost set?
The cost that they would be quoted, their portion would be $77,232. And then our department would be paying $77,232, but a lot of that's gonna be our labor.
In the amount of $77,232.
Yes.
Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I wonder, I didn't know what it was.
Old business.
Okay. Under old business, we did have our executive session prior to this meeting concerning the contract with the United Steelworkers Local 1191-08. If the board is so inclined, I'd like to ask the board to approve the renegotiated terms for that contract. We had previously negotiated with the United Steelworkers Local 1191-08. So I guess, so the motion would need to be, we approve the renegotiated terms for contract with United Steelworkers Local 1191-08.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the renegotiated terms with United Steelworkers 119108,
Right here it is. 1191-08.
1191-08,
And then this would be pending their approval.
pending their approval.
I'll second it.
It's a mouthful.
Okay, there's motion second to approve the renegotiated contract terms for the tentative agreement with Union 1191-08. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Also under old business, in relation to this contract, I'd like to know if the board would be willing to request McCready and King to do a study for changing the retirement multiplier to 2.25% from 2%.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve contracting with McCready to investigate, looking at changing the multiplier from 2 to 2.25. That's the retirement plan. I'll second that.
Motion second that we approve a study from McCready and King to change the multiplier from 2 to 0.25%.
It's 2 to 2.25.
2 to 0.25%. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other new business?
No more old business.
Yeah. Any new business?
Under new business, as you have seen in the news, there's been a formal announcement that the Indiana State Prison here in town is going to be closed. This does have an impact to our department, as it will also to the sanitation department. But at this point in time, I wanted to give you some information about it, what I've been able to learn. My understanding is it's a 4-year process. They have to finish constructing the new additions out at the Westville facility for the folks to be moved over there. So I've been told that the prison will be closed in about 4 years, ballpark. And the impact to our department is about $400,000 a year in revenue. So, number one, getting another facility in its place would be great. That would be using water. That's obviously very important. Fortunately, we do have a couple of new facilities coming online that will help as long as those projects continue. This apartment complex that we just discussed, the 11th Central Residential Tower, will have a pretty significant revenue when it's full. And also the facility that's going at the You Are Beautiful site, if that continues as planned, that can actually help offset a lot of that lost revenue to the prison. So we're, at this point, we're hoping that other projects come in to offset that difference. But we'll just have to keep our eyes open on that. Residential, increase in residential housing, we'd have to have a lot of additional residential properties come in to offset that volume of revenue. So the good news is that it's 4 years from now, we can make our plans and make our adjustments accordingly. And we have a couple of projects that are in the hopper, so to speak. We've got these larger apartment facilities that will be pretty significant water users. I know that the redevelopment commission is Michigan City Development Corporation is always looking to try and land new facilities that will hopefully also have significant water requirements. That I always tell Clarence, find me a big one. Find me a big user.
Clarence is so excited about all this. He talks
Can the new
about
Love
all
truck
the
stop
time.
offset much of this?
Some of that will help, yes.
That'd be good, that'd be good.
So,
Okay.
yeah, and if we get additional customers out there in addition to the Love's Truck Stop, which I imagine we will be, those will also help offset. So, hopefully within by the time that this place is closed in 4 years, we'll have enough organic development to offset that loss of revenue.
I'm sure we will.
Are we connected to Van Air?
The folks at Van Air out on 300, they did not want the water or sewer, so the county did not extend that far. The water ends at the dump.
Okay.
They were primarily interested in the sanitary sewer. There's a whole issue there that I don't really want to go into because I don't know all the details. But at this point, from the water perspective, we'll end up with the. I'm pretty sure we'll end up with the closed dump as a customer, but they're not going to be a big user. But the Love's Truck Stop will be a pretty significant user, as will the Speedco facility that's out behind it, which is the truck maintenance facility. So, and then we anticipate that a lot of the businesses that have the water main adjacent to them are going to be tying on as well. And the homeowners along the route as well will tie on.
Okay.
And we do have and that subdivision is still coming, the residential subdivision. It's a little chunk of it, but it'll still be,
That's right, Paz, the new one.
yeah, Woodland Ridge.
That'd be crazy.
So,
That'd be good.
so as long as the things that are in motion continue to be in motion, I think we'll weather the storm and be okay. But that's the big thing is that those projects that are already in process will keep going.
The high-rise what they're doing on the beautiful property, what was that gonna be for?
That is a combination of hotel and apartments and condominiums. It's a massive structure.
I can't imagine it, but I'm sure it'll be just what you said.
Yes, it's, I believe the tallest portion of it's 13 stories.
It's wild.
And there will be, I mean, when you have a facility of that size,
I understand.
all of there's supposed to be, I know of at least one restaurant. You'll have all the laundry facilities, all that kind of stuff. There'll be a lot of water used at that facility when it's done and it's in service.
understand.
Yeah, and there's the one going up on 8th and Boulevard.
Yeah,
It's another 100
That's crazy.
to 200 units, depending on how quick they want to move.
Wow.
right. I have gotten a lot of information on that
You know,
project,
it's
so.
kind of taking a back seat to these other two.
So basically, as long as these things continue to
I know.
develop, I think we'll be okay. We're very fortunate that we have very diverse water sales. We're not like some communities where we're tied to one specific industry, and when that industry has a hiccup or shuts down, everything else goes south. I've been in one of those communities, and nothing quite like walking in the door and already being $400,000 in the hole in March.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So, that was back in the downturn, 2009, 2010 downturn. And that particular community is very heavy in the automotive industry.
Oh,
That shut down basically. So,
oh, that's too bad.
fortunately, it came back.
Yeah,
That was good. But been there, seen it. And it's a little unnerving for a while.
sure, sure.
So fortunately, we don't have that issue. We have some very good sized customers. The prison is one of them, but we have some other ones, and so we'll survive through this.
Any other new business?
That was it.
Public comment? Director's comments?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the August 8th meeting of the Michigan City Water Board.
Seconded.
Motion to adjourn. All those in favor?
Bye. Are we off?